Just had such a beautiful afternoon at the beach. I took myself on an artist date. So if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that once a week I take myself out on this artist date. So today I came out to the beach. It was such a beautiful day. It was so nice to just feel the sand in my feet and smell the air and go for a walk and sit down and read a book. And I was reading the book Big Magic. So basically this book is about living a creative life. And I didn't realize this. I rebranded my YouTube channel and I put on the top creative living. And then I realized this idea comes from this book. Sometimes we get ideas and we don't remember where they came from, but Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear. And she talks about creative living in this book. I've read this book multiple times, but I just put it together. This is what my inspiration comes from. I finally put my finger on why I want to do this new series on my YouTube channel, which I decided I'm going to start a series about creative living, and it's going to highlight different people in the community here in Florida or elsewhere if I travel and I meet someone or have a friend or someone I want to highlight who's living a creative life. And what this means is, she talks about this in the chapter An Amplified Existence, and she says when I talk about creative living, she's not necessarily talking about creative living in a career path. She talks about how she has a friend named Susan who has a day job and gets up early every day to go figure skating, and she realized this is something that she just needed to do for herself. She turned 40 years old, and I think she used to skate as a young girl, but then somewhere along the way, as most of us, is like, well, we weren't like good enough to go pro, or we weren't good enough to place in some tournament, and then we kind of realized life has other plans for us. But she loves figure skating, and so she made a commitment to herself that before her day job she would wake up extra early and go to the skating rink. And it says, skating made her feel alive and ageless. She stopped feeling like she was nothing more than a consumer, nothing more than the sum of her daily obligations and duties. She was making something of herself, making something with herself. And then Elizabeth Gilbert writes, my friend did not quit her job, did not sell her home, did not sever all her relationships, and moved to Toronto to study 70 hours a week with an exciting Olympic level skating coach. And no, this story does not end with her winning any championship medals. It doesn't have to. In fact, this story does not end at all, because Susan is still figure skating several mornings a week, simply because skating is still the best way for her to unfold a certain beauty and transcendence within her life that she cannot seem to access in any other manner. And she would like to spend as much time as possible in such a state of transcendence while she is still here on earth. That's all. That's what I call creative living. And while the paths and outcomes of creative living will vary wildly from person to person, I can guarantee you this: a creative life is an amplified life. It's a bigger life, a happier life, an expanded life, and a hell of a lot more interesting life. Living in this manner, continually and stubbornly bringing forth the jewels that are hidden within you, is a fine art in and of itself. Because creative living is where big magic will always abide. So I love that concept of creative living, and it doesn't mean like you quit your job and you move to a new city and you try to make it as an actor or a writer or something. It just means whatever state of life you're in, how are you living creatively? And so I'm going to start a new series on my YouTube channel called Creative Living. And actually this title came to me. I rebranded my YouTube channel all about creative living. So it was mostly me talking about creativity, trying to myself live a more creative life. As right now I'm on this artist date. I've been reading the book The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, which is super impactful. So yeah, I'm super excited to start this new series on my YouTube channel about people who are living a creative life, and the inspiration from this, as her friend Susan would wake up every morning and go figure skating. I want to just interview people and make little documentary episodes on people who are living a creative life, whatever shape that looks like in their personal life, whether maybe that is their career, or maybe it's just a hobby they do, or maybe they realize there's something they need to express themselves and they have a creative outlet that they are fulfilling in some beautiful way in their life. So I'm going to find these people and interview them, and I'm really excited. I already have a few people lined up, so stay tuned for that. And another exciting announcement, I have a Patreon page, and so there's going to be different membership levels, and so if you want to support me in this journey, I would greatly appreciate it. There's a $5, there's a $10 level, there's $20, And so if you join at $5, your name will be listed on the credits after all my videos. And if you join for $10, there's going to be a special benefit where you will get a Polaroid picture from behind the scenes of all my video shoots. I've actually been planning this for a while and taking pictures from my videos already. So I have a few of those all ready to go. And check out the Patreon for the additional benefits. And I'm really excited to finally be launching this and finally getting everything together. So stay tuned for the series. Every Friday, when I start rolling out the series, I'm still gonna make videos every Monday of my life and my own creative journey. And then every Friday is going to be highlighting a different person who's living a creative life. So I'm really excited for the new direction of my YouTube channel. I kind of rebranded recently to Creative Living, but I'm excited to expand and start this new series. So stay tuned for that, and be sure to check out my Patreon page. And thank you so much for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to be notified of new videos every time I post. And I will see you in my next video.